So last night I made a video about how the Canadian Premier said that they are going to immediately slap a 25% tariff on the electricity that they export to the United States, which would chiefly affect Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. And the Premier even said, "We will not hesitate to shut off the power as well," leaving millions of Americans in these northern states without any power. And frankly, like I said, I don't blame Canada for doing this, because they are doing this all entirely as a response to Trump's needless tariffs on their ally. Because Trump seems to think that tariffs are the answer for everything and they're going to make us all rich. When in actuality, as I've had to explain millions of times, tariffs help nobody. If a country puts a 25% tariff on something from another country, that country always, 100% of the time, slaps a retaliatory tariff against it for the same amount. So it's 25% more coming in, but they raise the price 25% to compensate. As a result, nothing happens except that trade war between those two countries, except for everybody in those countries having to pay 25% more. It does absolutely nothing to help the country, it does not make people rich, and Donald Trump is a fucking liar. And as a result, yes, it's going to increase the power bills of everybody in these states by at least a quarter. But honestly, personally, for me, I think the hardest part is seeing somebody like Justin Trudeau actually coming out and putting the facts as they are. Much like recently we saw President Zelensky of Ukraine doing the same thing, trying to appeal to Trump and telling him the facts. Trump doesn't want to hear facts. He wants to operate on his own feelings and do whatever his daddy Putin wants him to do. So we here in the United States have to constantly listen to this bloviating idiot Trump, while we see other countries, even countries who are under attack, having stronger, better, more honest leaders than us. And that really kind of burns my ass. Because listen to what else Trudeau had to say, specifically to the people of America, whom he knows are against this.
I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. As of this morning, markets are down, and inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk. They've chosen to raise costs for American consumers on everyday essential items like groceries and gas, on major purchases like cars and homes, and everything in between. They've chosen to launch a trade war that will, first and foremost, harm American families.
This shows us that the Canadian government, as well as the citizens of Canada themselves, realize that it's not the US citizens who want this. It is all Trump and his rich authoritarian cronies, who are so fucking inept they don't even realize that doing all this tariff bullshit is just going to ruin our own economy, devalue the dollar, and make every other country in the world much more powerful as a result. Trump's not making America great again. He's making the rest of the world greater than us. And in just 6 weeks after gaining office, he is burning the entire thing down. That is actually a record for how fast Donald Trump has been able to destroy something. And if you actually needed more insight into what Donald Trump actually cares about, his cabinet said he might actually scale back those tariffs. But why was that? It's not because he realizes that Americans and Canadians are both furious about this and all it's going to do is hurt them. It's because these tariffs are causing the stock market to plummet. And Trump doesn't give a shit about the Canadian or American people. He only cares about money.